Hello guys, Joe with Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. This is my Yoder YS640 pellet grill. I've had this model for 2 years now, and I've got some repairing to do on the paint. I'm going to zoom you guys in here. You can see under that lid there, the paint has started to peel off and crack and chip away to the point where the surface is rusting. And that happens when I drop any barbecue sauce or fat or anything on the paint. It's going to start to blister up and bake onto the paint, so the paint just lets go and starts to crack because it's trapped between the metal and the barbecue sauce or whatever is on that surface, so the paint just starts to crack and let go. So I'm going to show you guys how to repair these paint imperfections, if you will. And you know, it's just like a vehicle. You know, you have a car, you've got to maintain it. You have to change the air filter, you have to change the oil. Guys, when it comes to barbecue grills, we've got to maintain them because they will get scratched, they will get dinged. The other thing is, I don't leave my pellet grill out in the rain. I don't leave my dog out in the rain, so I'm not going to leave my pellet smoker out in the rain. That in itself also causes rust buildup and paint to fall off. So guys, I'm going to go through the process. I'm going to show you the items that I'm going to use, and then we'll get down to working on it, so stay tuned. Alright guys, so here are the items that I'm going to use to finish off the paint. I've got some sheets of 180 grit sandpaper, and I've also got some 320. That's just in case I see too many scratch marks on the paint itself or on the metal itself. I will come back and finish it off with 320. I do have a gray scuffing pad, and I have some wax and grease remover, and some tape as well. And then the last but not least is the paint, and this is straight from Yoder, so you can order this from direct from Yoder. You can order that 12-ounce can, or the small can that comes with our smokers when we first get them. So that's all I'm going to use, guys, to finish this paint off. I bought all these items at O'Reilly Auto Parts, so if you have an O'Reilly near you, you can definitely stop by and pick that up there. So guys, I'm going to take the shelves off, and I'm going to hit it with some wax and grease remover and some paper towels, and just to get rid of any excess grease that is on the surface. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we're back, and I went ahead and took the shelves off, and you can see a little bit more of the damage, the paint damage there. You can see some of the rust spots. I did have an oil box in my garage, so I just kind of cut it up and put it on the inside. I took off all the grates and put that box there just to catch any overspray that I don't want to go into my smoker. So at this point, I'm just going to get my wax and grease remover. Again, I purchased this from O'Reilly Auto Parts. And just to get rid of any extra wax or grease in this case, I'm going to go ahead and apply it on the full surface just like this. Just everything that I'm going to paint. I also have some paint chipping up here on the edge. I can go ahead and sand that as well. Put some on my towel, paper towel, and then just wipe it off. And this is a solvent-based wax and grease remover, so it will evaporate any excess that I leave on there. See, this is all the grease that's still on that surface. Let's just wipe it really good. Yeah, this paint is coming off by itself almost. Alright guys, so I'm going to let that solvent evaporate just for a few minutes, and I'll bring you guys back. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. So the solvent has evaporated completely, and I've got my sanding sheet here, and this is a 180 grit sandpaper. If you can find 160, that works great as well. It's a little bit coarser than this, but simply guys, if you have a sanding block, go ahead and use that. If not, again, I'm not a painter. I'm just going to fold my sandpaper in half and start sanding on the surface. I'm going to try to remove as much paint as I can because it's cracked completely. So just again, grab your sandpaper, start sanding away. I'm gonna grab pretty much every piece of paint that's cracked, especially like this rust area here, and try to take most of that off. I'm gonna try to get down all the way down to the metal, if not as much as I can, especially where it's chipping. But this is kind of what you want. You want to feather into that black paint just a little bit, just like this. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and sand the rest of this, the front of the smoker, and I'll bring you guys back. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back, and I just want to show you the progress here. So you can see where I've sanded, and what I wanted to make sure was that wherever that paint was peeling, that I feathered it. In other words, I don't want any high spots of a paint, or of the paint. It's feathered nice and neat, so that way I know that I removed pretty much the paint that was coming off, and you can see the areas that I took off. In fact, there's what I'm talking about right here. There's a little spot that I missed. There's a high spot there, so I'm just going to sand the rest of it. You can see the paint is not feathered enough, so I'm going to sand on that a little bit more. But here's the rest of the damaged area, or the area that I've sanded down. You can see that I've again feathered it really nice and neat. Even up here to the edge and down to where the pins are as well. So I'm going to sand that one little spot right there that I didn't like, and I'm going to go ahead and tape around the bottom side of the cart, and I'll bring you guys back. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we are back, and I went ahead and wiped down the entire surface with a damp cloth with just water, just to remove the excess dust, and I'll let that evaporate, let the water evaporate for a few minutes. And now I'm going to use some more wax and grease remover, because I was up and down the edges, so I'm sure I got some kind of grease or oil on the sandpaper, and that might be on the surface. So I want to remove that again with some of the wax and grease remover, and just spray every single area that I sanded down, just like that. And then take my paper towel, spray some on my paper towel, and go and wipe down the surface. Wipe the entire surface down that I'm going to paint. And this will not harm your paint, guys, so don't worry about it. Remove it. It's not paint remover, it's just removing any wax or grease that might be on the surface before I paint it. Now, one piece of advice, guys, because this is a solvent-based wax and grease remover, let it flash or let the solvents evaporate for a good 10 minutes before you start painting on it, because what you don't want to happen is for the solvents to get trapped in between the paint and the surface that you're about to paint. So see, you can see that even the water didn't remove some of the paint, and I bet you there's some grease in that. So I might spray it down another time. In fact, I think I will, just to make sure I get it all off. Just like that. Alright guys, I'm going to finish wiping this down, and I'll catch you guys back in about 10 minutes. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we are back, and I forgot to mention to you the gray scuffing pad. The reason that I bought this was I am going to get a little bit of overspray in some of the areas. So what I want to do is just scuff up the area that I'm going to overspray on a little bit. And you want to feather the paint in as well. So just a light scuff, just so that the paint has something to adhere to. Anything that you're going to overspray on, go ahead and give it a once over with the gray scuffing pad. So guys, a couple more minutes. The solvent on the wax and grease remover is almost evaporated to 100%, and we'll get to painting. So stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, we are back, and the surface is ready to be painted. I shook my can for a couple minutes, and the can says that you do want to hold the can about 12 inches, 10 to 12 inches away from the surface itself. That way you don't get any drips of the paint. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and coat this, just 2 light coats, and then I'm going to go ahead and wait about 10 minutes, and then we'll see what it looks like and probably give it another 2 coats. So here we go. So this first coat, I just want to cover up the spots, not too heavy, just kind of light. go over my entire surface, just like this. Then at this point, I'm going to go ahead and start back where I started from and give it another light coat. You can see it's pretty much covering the entire area now. Alright guys, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and let it sit for about 10 minutes and I'll bring you guys back and we'll see what it looks like. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we're back and it's been 10 minutes since I laid the first 2 coats and I'm going to give it another coat. I can see a couple of areas where I can still see the metal. Not sure if you can make it out on the camera, but I'm going to give it another 2 light coats and let it dry and we'll bring you guys back, so stay tuned. Alright guys, we are back and the paint job is complete and I'm extremely happy with the result. It's nice and smooth. There's one little spot that I might sand down and touch up. You can't even see it, but it's right here. I know I can see it. It's there, and I think if I don't take care of it now, it might turn into a bigger problem. But guys, the hardest part is sanding the paint down. The rest of it is pretty easy, and you know, I'm really pleased with the result. It's like when it was brand new 2 years ago. And again, my only piece of advice, guys, is as I mentioned earlier, we maintain our vehicles by changing the oil and changing the air filters. You know, those things don't run forever without some kind of maintenance, and it's the same thing with our smokers. Don't leave them out in the rain. You know, the rain does damage, the water does damage, even though, I mean, the rain's not going to harm it if you're smoking. I've smoked and water has sprinkled on it, but I won't let it sit out in the rain for long periods of times, especially covered, because you will create moisture under that cover if it's wet on the outside. So I keep mine in my patio. No water ever touches it unless I'm cleaning it, and I keep it covered. So again, simple maintenance, guys. The hardest part again was sanding it down, but the results are, I'm extremely pleased with the results. Again, it's like it was brand new again. So hope you guys like this video. If you do have paint that is chipping on your smoker, simple, you know, just sand it down and paint it, and you'll be happy with the results. And I think that doing this, you know, it took me about an hour and a half to get this whole front of the smoker done. Makes me want to take care of it even more because I don't want to spill barbecue sauce on it. And if I do, I'm going to get a wet towel and wipe it down, or a Lysol wipe or something. Just wipe that barbecue sauce down before it bakes onto the paint. So guys, hope you guys like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. If you have any questions, leave them below. Until next time, Joe is Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See you guys.